Hey there folks, hope you're doing good today. Now it's been over a month since I've done one, but we're going to do a monthly roundup, just a heads up to remind you of all the good music that we've had on the channel in the last month or so. Now looking through it, we've been over 100 bands in that time, so I've really had to whittle this list down a good bit and kind of just cream off the absolute 1%. But what I'm going to say is, looking through the vids, we haven't had a single bad band on this channel. You know, everyone has been super nice, had something to offer, whether it's the guitar tones, bass tones, the drums, the vocals, the mix, whatever it is that we check out, every band has had something to offer. So if you're not on the list, don't think that, you know, we're the crap bands. I just haven't got time to check everyone out again. You know, I might as well just do all the videos again. So I've had to cream off the kind of absolute best of the best, in my opinion, or some guys that are a bit different and got something to offer. And I've still got about a good 25 bands to show you today. So I'm going to try and scuttle through them as quick as I can and just, you know, whittle it down as best I can. The first band I'm going to show you today is a band called Soulkeeper, and this track is called Heavy Glow, and the track is just heavy as hell. So yeah, let's just remind ourselves how heavy these guys are. Crazy shouty guitar, stupid amazing guitar tones and riffage, ridiculous drumming. Yeah. Love it. 10 out of 10. Doesn't get any better than that. Scuttling on, the next band, Under the Pledge of Secrecy. Again, super heavy vocal and all the rest of it. A different sound to the last band, more deathy, more fast paced, relentless. Let's remind ourselves. Dark. Vocals a bit more buried in the mix. Super washy cymbals. Dope. Sounds super nice. Let's move on to the next band. Now this band is called Chuanbond. The track's called Water Waiter, and it was a live session, if you remember. And if you remember this band, they had the violin in there, which was run through some distortion pedals and an amp, and all of that stuff sounded super dirty, but added a different tone and a different style to the mix. It's made me think about using it in my own music as well. So let's just remind ourselves how good these guys were. Bit quieter though, this one is. Yeah, great bassing, great drumming, great guitars, loads going on in the vocals. 10 out of 10. Moving on. Now these guys are on the death metal day. I could have put all the bands that were on this day on this video, but I've had to choose just one. The band is called Monstrath, and the track is called Demon Soul. The guy looks sick in the mask. Crazy riffage, crazy drumming. Relentless death, fast-paced all the way through. Dude looks great. Great video. Loads of solos and stuff in this one. Yeah, love it. That's the kind of death that I like. Now moving on, we've got some metalcore now, and again, all of the bands that were on this video could have been on this one, but I've had to choose just one. I chose 40 Caliber Kiss and their track Broken Home, because I just thought these guys were they were the right sound, had a good mix, punchy mix, good guitar tones, and the vocal just had that right metalcore sound. This is what it sounds like. Everything sounds right. Powerful. Clear in the mix. Very, very nice. My only complaint about this band is the video. And I did mention it in the video that I did. But guys, if you're making metal vids, dusty barns, warehouses, and boxing rings have been done. Think of something different. That's going to be my only tip for this one. Now this next band, these guys are a bit more doomy, a bit more sludgy, a bit more drawn out, excuse me, and I particularly like the vocal in this one. The way he did his inflection and then moving it up and stuff, very, very cool. Yeah. Dope. Really like the vocal in this. It reminds me of another band who's nothing like this, Vision of Disorder. In their earlier stuff, the vocals are a bit like that as well on some parts. I just like the way he kind of pulls it upwards. Yeah, love it. Cool band. We haven't had enough sludgy, doomy stuff on the channel either. Now these next guys, Life of Scars, they had a track, When the Devil Walks In. This one was more old school, but it was super heavy, and by the end of this track I'd properly got into the sound and the vibe. I was just moshing hard away. Good chorus, good vocals and lyrics on this one. This is what it sounds like. Loads of solos as well. Great drumming, great guitar tone. When the devil walks in. Yeah, that bit got stuck in my head as well. When the devil walks in. Walking around the house singing that. Good stuff. This next band is called Sanction. They had a track for us called Paralysis. And as I remember, this one was just super heavy. Yeah, super heavy. Crazy heavy vocal, amazing drumming with loads going on to catch your ear, super thick guitar tones, heavy as hell. Dope. Yeah. Just want to keep listening on to these, but I've got to scut through them. We haven't even got about a third of the way through so far, so sit back and relax. I'm going to put all of these videos into a playlist so you can just listen to them anyway. But anyway, here we go. It was on the same day as that last band. We had Ape on the Rocket as well with a track called Good Luck. These guys were hardcore as well, but then they brought in some elements of black, some atmospheric stuff, and at this part in the song, super, super great. Let's just listen to it. Yeah, great vocal, loads of emotion and passion in the vocal. Great recording and mix. Atmospheric, washy, modern. Dope. I love this one. I went back and listened to that one a good few times. Super nice. Now this next band were just, again, killer heavy, mixing it up on the drums. The drummer in this band is just dope. Guitarist as well, three-piece band by the looks of things, on this video at least. And they just sound massive, sound like a five-piece. The vocals as well, just heavy as hell. This band kicks ass. Mixing it up. Deathy, hardcorey. Yeah, so dope. Went back and watched that one a bunch of times as well, so just rocking out to it. And on the same day, I think I've actually put all three bands from this day. This was a death metal day, but we had mixture of death, bits of hardcore, bits of black, bits of doom, and all sorts mixed in there. This next band I found out through Dean Lamb, who plays guitar in what are they called? I can't even remember what the name of the band is called. Sorry about this. I've heard so many bands now, I can't remember all the names of them. Archspire is what they're called. It's just come back to me. And this, his partner's in this band. She plays guitar as well. In the Hallowed Catharsis, super heavy, deathy, but these guys are dark. They got a bit of blackness to them as well. Just check it out. Great video. Crazy drumming, super heavy vocals, dark guitars, yeah. Super nice. Glad I found out about her band as well, because we'll be following along with them. They've just put out a new record. And on this same day as well, we had Warkund, Dark Days to Come. Again, dark, heavy, bit blackened, deathy. Here you go. Super heavy vocal as well. Yeah. Gutturals from Hell. Dope. Can't listen to too much of them, guys, even as much as we want to. I've got to keep moving on. We're heading for about halfway. How long have we been going? Oh, I've only been going 10 minutes, so probably going a bit too fast then. We'll slow down maybe just a little bit. This next band is called Mandrake. The track is called Mandrake, and it's by David HK, and I'm pretty sure he's a one-man band. I'm not too sure about that, though. But this track was nice. It was on the experimental day. All the bands that we had on there, we had a nice vibe to them, and we're experimenting in nice ways. But this one I thought was particularly nice. Lo-fi, saturated, dark, blackened, doomy, kind of a bit metalcore-y as well at parts. Just had loads going on, but it all had a real nice vibe to it. There were a couple of mixing things with the terms of the guitar and stuff that I thought could have maybe been a bit better. But overall, I really enjoyed this one. It had a good vibe to it, so let's just remind ourselves. Loads of effects on the vocals, raw drums, crazy guitar tones, loads of styles in the vocals which brought in different kinds of genres and stuff into the music. Yeah, enjoyed that one. We're going to keep going, moving on. Hyper Squirrel Productions are up next. They had a track for us called Dreamwake. This was a very, very nice track all round, but the thing that I particularly remembered about this track was just how much was going on in the music. Two different styles of vocals, guitars, the drums were going off, the bass was going off. I can't remember, I think we had synths in there as well. But yeah, these guys just had a dense, thick amount of kind of layers within their music, which was really, really nice because it meant your ear always had something to catch on to. Here we go. Yeah. This one's a bit quiet as well. It's interesting when you do the videos back to back like this, you see all the different volume levels of the videos. And how loud the mixes have been. That can be up to YouTube somewhat as well. But yeah, when you do it like this, you can hear that some mixes are quiet, some mixes are super loud. One that was super loud is this next band. They were Moil. They had a track for us, Dressed in Black. Now, this isn't the music that I would normally listen to on a regular, but I've enjoyed this one a lot. And they shared the music about quite a lot on their page and stuff. And each time they did, I went back and listened to it again. And I've enjoyed it more and more each time. These guys have got a nice sound, very solid mix, super thick guitars, and a very, very nice solo in there as well, which I've just caught on to now. When he does his tappy bit, it sounds super dope. Let's check it out. Yeah! This is a good band. I want them to keep sending me their music. I think they are going to do that. But yeah, I enjoyed this band. Good stuff. They got that kind of Nordic style to them. Anyway, this next band, they were a bit more kind of mainstream. I said that these guys could be easily seen on the radio, and I think they are actually that's going to happen to them, because I think I was speaking to their manager, or the guy, the talent scout or whatever it is that found them. And yeah, he said they're going to appear on the radio and all of that. I thought, yeah, sounds about right. So just to remind ourselves, good high quality music, very, very punchy out the mix, and yeah, radio quality. Let's check it out. Big drums, nice synth sounds, great vocal layering to picking it up. Yeah, great track this one. If you hear that on the radio, don't be too surprised. Now, I don't think you'll hear this next one on the radio, because this isn't radio friendly whatsoever. This is a track by Bad Breeding, Whose Cause. I think these guys are British. I'm not too sure about that though, but I think so. Punky, super saturated, distorted as hell. Just sounds super great though. This section within the track sounds amazing. Mixing it up on the riffage. Here we go. Dope. Love that riffage bit there. Yeah. Keep sending in your music, guys, if you watch this channel, because that's the kind of music and that's the kind of punk that I love. Now, these guys were on the Hardcore Worldwide channel, and I think they're from Poland, and we had a couple of guys from Poland this day. And I think, no, they weren't our first band from Poland, but they're our first hardcore bands from Poland. Yeah, this was what they call Grungecore, apparently, and the guy looks exactly like Kurt Cobain as well, young Kurt Cobain. It's a band called It Follows. The track was 21, and the thing that, other than the music was just super dope, and the recording was dope, and everything on this one, the one thing that's really stuck out to me with this band, or at least this track, was the guitar tone, and I still haven't figured out how they got hold of it, and I haven't really heard it anywhere else as well. It's got like a single coil kind of P90 sound to it, twangy, kind of, it's a weird tone. I really can't describe it. It's not super distorted, but it's super heavy, cuts through the mix, gives a lot of weight to the mix. Just listen to it and see if you can try and figure out how these guys got this tone. And if they want to tell us how they got the tone, that would be very nice, because I wouldn't mind trying it out myself. Here we go. Very stringy. You can hear the strings. Look how much he looks like Kurt Cobain. Look at him. If Kurt Cobain's reincarnated, that's his look-alike. Anyway, this next band, they were on our kind of death metal day as well, but these guys were more drawn out and doomy and kind of, just more drawn out with it, not super fast-paced death metal, but they had the gutturals and all that in there. And this was a 7-minute track, and it passed me by like it was a 1-minute track, and that told me that this is some good shit. So this is Wrath of Echoes, A Fading Bloodline. Let's just remind ourselves how good this sounded. Epic, wide, atmospheric, great drum sound, great vocals, chunky guitars, low ending, drawn out. Yeah, the piano and stuff in there as well. As I say, I got into that track so much that 7 minutes passed me by in the blink of an eye. And a 7-minute track that's crappy is like an absolute lifetime, so there you go. Now this next band, Fall of Messiah, this track gave me a shiver up my spine almost straight away within the first opening passage. That is a sign of absolute quality, for me at least. Maybe it didn't give you a shiver up your spine, but these guys have got the sound that just does it for me. We're going to listen to the start and just remind ourselves how good this band were. Instant fan. Post-rocky, post-mathy, hardcorey, buried vocal, which is a bit kind of blackened. Great sound, great drums, great washy cymbals, superb mix, cool video. This guy's ticked all the boxes and more. Keep sending in your music, please, whenever you put something out. Now this next band, they haven't been on the channel before. It was their first time. They were on the super heavy as fuck day. Is pretty what I remember what I called it. We had Humanity's Last Breath on there as well, and Ginger. But I thought these guys probably topped it for the heaviest band of the day. So yeah, the vocal at least is just ridiculous heavy. So this is Cabal. Crushing, tight guitar tone, modern sounding, ridiculous sounding drums, big washy cymbals. Vocal is so heavy, it's just stupid. Dope. Love these guys. And on the absolute heaviest day that we've had on the channel, these were the heaviest guys. So there you go. That's an accolade. Now these guys, Scythegang 666, they were on our first trap metal day. It's not going to be our last trap metal day because I've already got another one coming down the pipe. And if more and more trap metal sounds like these guys, we're going to have more and more of them on the channel as well, because these guys were heavy. This is probably the heaviest bit in the track that I've done for us now, just to remind ourselves. But yeah, pretty cool. Let's check it out. Good sound, and that is guitar and bass as well, by the way, because they've put a vid up showing how they did it. Doesn't sound like guitar and bass, sounds like synthesizers, but it's guitar and bass. So, yeah, these guys are a band. Super nice. Now, a bit different to the last band, total different change of pace and sound. This guy is a one-man band doing some atmospheric, depressive black metal. My kind of vibe, that's what I do in my band as well. That's the kind of music that comes out of me for the most part. And I really like this guy. I've been following him along now. Great stuff. Got the right sound, uses the right synth tones. Yeah, nice depressive black metal. Let's check him out, Wisp Aven. Good buried, reverby, just delayed vocal. Sounds great. He's done all the little tricks that make this music sound great. Very, very nice. And when you consider he's a one-man band as well, got to give him extra props for that. Super nice. Definitely a change of pace from that one is Phosgene with the Phosgene project. These guys are just heavy as hell, fast, brutal. Yeah, let's go. Death. Crazy gutturals. Oh yeah. Love these guys. That's the kind of stuff that just wakes you up in the morning, makes you feel good for the rest of the day. Now, this next band, Bartok, they were on recent. We're getting to more recent videos now. And Bartok, we're on not too long ago, a few days ago on the channel now. This track's called Deconstruct. What I particularly liked about this is the vocal on this part, the spoken word part. I'm a big sucker for spoken word and deep, kind of gravelly spoken word parts in metal. I've always thought it sounded good. I think Sepultura was probably the first band that I came across doing that type of stuff, and that was like 25, 26 years ago now. And I've always liked it since, but I know it's a bit of a kind of thing that some people like, some people absolutely hate it and think it sounds cheesy. I think it sounds absolutely great, as long as you've got the right tone, the right gravel in your voice and all of that, and it's nice and deep. I thought this guy did a great job. So yeah, this band had a lot going on, heavy, just a great track. Let's listen to this bit. Dope. I love it. Dope. These guys had a lot going on in that track and it all sounded great. Now this next band is Victory Square. They were just heavy as hell, hardcorey. I'm just going to play this because it sounds super great. Yeah, I remember as well, I put this part in because this band brought in loads of different flavours to the mix. One of them was neoclassical. In this part, you don't hear neoclassical hardly at all anymore. You certainly don't hear it in this kind of music. I was like, yeah, I like a bit of neoclassical and all that twiddly widdly. So yeah, I enjoyed that a lot. It was a good video as well. This next video was, I say, we're getting very recent now to what I've just put out. This was Red Letter with a track called Daggers. All the videos on this day could have been on this kind of compilation, but I've just chose this one because this one got stuck in my head. The video got stuck in my head as well. You know what I'm like? I tend to get short passages of music stuck in my head and it just loops and loops and loops until it sends me demented. But yeah, these guys have been stuck in my head for the last few days. I keep remembering the video as well for some reason. So yeah, good stuff. Let's just check them out. Bass player had sick growl in this band. Yeah, the main vocalist ever gets a sore throat, they got no worries because the bass player could carry it. Not sure he can do the singy part, so he's definitely got the growl for it. But yeah, this is a great band, loads going on in the music again, great drumming, particularly the drumming, mixed it up so often. that there was always something fresh to listen to. Very, very nice. And we finally got to the last band. How long have we been going on? 25 minutes. Yeah, I wanted to try and keep it under half an hour. So we've got there. And this is, I think we only had him on kind of 2 days ago now, it would be. And this is Heritoire. This is a live performance of Eclipse. I hadn't heard of this band before, but I asked for some black metal, and someone on the Facebook page recommended this. And I'm really, really glad they did, because this is another band that gave me tingles up the spine. This one section where the vocal comes in, they build it up, they kind of build it up, they break it down, really break it down, and then they're building it up slowly, and then another guy comes on stage, and then they're kind of go into the crescendo, and then there's extra, and I think it's vocal synths that come in. Wow, just blows you away. These guys are doing it right. And when you consider this is a live performance and a live recording, could have just slapped this straight on an album and you wouldn't have been any the wiser. Super nice. Let's check out a few seconds of this bit that give me tingles up the spine. This is after they've built it up and built it up. That vocal there, oh yeah, love it. It's giving me tingles now. Must just be the right sound for me to just go more tingles. Yeah, love it. I've listened to this a good few times since. Really into this band. I looked on their Facebook. I'm pretty sure they're going to be putting out a new album very soon. If they put out a video for that, they'll be on the channel, because this band is very, very nice. Black, atmospheric, drawn out, build-ups, crescendos. That's what I love. That's the stuff that gives me tingles up the spine. And yeah, don't get a better feeling than that. So there you go. We've had ton of bands to remind you of. We've gone on for nearly half an hour. I hope you've stuck with me all the way. I'll put all of these bands on a playlist so that you can just check them out one after another. And I tell you what, that'll be one of the best playlists on YouTube, because every single one of these tracks is 10 out of 10. And I mean that. So yeah, hope you enjoyed that, guys. We're going to start off a new week tomorrow with just all different music again every single day. I've set it all out in the playlist that we got different stuff every day. But I tell you what, looking down, next month's kind of monthly roundup is going to be just as good, because all the bands are killer, killer, killer. Loving it. Hope you enjoyed that, guys. Like and subscribe and all that jazz. If you want to do that, follow me on Facebook. You know, give me a submission of your band if you want to be seen on the channel, and you might end up on the monthly roundup as well, where you get talked about twice. Can't ask for better than that. See you around. Bye.